Yabemo bibi akwa ba de smart Ghana update so we news update for kra na de ba be so mo abusuya Al-Wahab Farouk eba diplomacy and international relations dia ubetima ka se oye very good a odi mu ntenteman pa nene wakasa ne nyina efa se Senegal fo akwakoyi 44-year-old president Ghana fo enso so advocate se kebeya komonto aba ema obi ti se cheda mo ne young guys a omonso so abewura politics mo a peso mu gina no na nkomomra medi o man Ghana so na abusia wanfa nche Captain Smart okatachia free farm eni media men bi a omo mu a omo sori a omo ye youth a omo advocate se enkebeya a omo peso omo empower youth no emom be bibi eno so chire mu a omo nye youth obetima ka che omo se omo ye frustrated and depressed youth pa ene kamia ko se omo wo man mu esan se da bia omo sori a hey enso so ebewi ase no no makwa akwajeji 20 Ghana cedis ni skanketengiti bi na adwempo a omo ye omo adwen se enkomo kon omo ho abom akwa akoto aba ayi ebia youth leader anasa omo de asesa constitution no na nkonko se hwe eno obo so obetima aka e de nsesi ne bo se ono Al-Wahab Farouk no so omo kasa se CID so obetima aka se Ghana ha pa se ye wo leader bi a wa ye ready pa se bi opese oba be di o man so de osi ebi ni ho omo amatwetwe omo ti nyina osi unya bi wom esanse ekame akoye se youth no omo emoa na se bio omo asaso abobobo adam na obi anso ni ho no ma oye youth obetima ka se omo ye matured adult abusuya okasa ene na nani abre pa osi cheda kra trinity kakra hwede di atema omo ankasa youth for na omo de ye no social media yentie nimra
recently when Shatta introduces or person network so now question the activeness of the youth. Any nonsense or church. Me, I'm not pro any. I don't believe in any party. But when somebody is coming, somebody is saying things, please, Ghanaian youth, you can even say yes or no, and that's a Chawajin, mon support too. But if you will not do that, now more very bitter stuff. Or make sure baby on Yansika, when you and Pakrafon, they won't even say baby on Yansika. Who does that? Which country does that? And the way forward is you.
What kind of way forward is you? Me ba media mo 7 years mune yewe na aja me no ayo man no dama kuma so na yesha ase ne yesi activism na A na B na C make us say ye kwa demonstration ye bo wa na me na majonku etu enso na
mu gane
da bi dia me kire ni say wo pepa say wo be ye bibia bo wo be hunu na NDC no manfo no ba na tinchen
it doesn't make you a youth.
But then again, if the people you are fighting for do not even understand what you are doing for them, what motivates you to continue?
Therefore, I'm telling you, sir, they don't see themselves as youth, so you don't need to fight for anybody. Fight for yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell you, sir. There's no way forward. There's no future for any Ghana. Nobody. We should stop this kind of political ideology and slogan of Ghanaian Uganda. Who told you there's a youth in Ghana here? You should be anyhow.
Constitution, Al-Wahab a constitution. Yanyan said yet here.
Well, my friend, I'm more behind changing because you know be our prepared. Nobody should dare try because when you be our prepared. You to find a time radio so edgy communication bill. So we'll be in once you say or your party be communicator. Party communicator. What is that for credit? Because also that. MPP communicator akokra no wom NDC communicator akokra no
just you to know an ye boam mpanimfo yi emma wo mu wia yesika na yensu ye pe bia wi anti the same playbook no an ye this
one who be already say na you to me fra anopai madam ira yi asempa na MP one in town Mr. Juan no abone mra ne wa ya ade wa ba adwuma kone say nipa no te radio so a yato phone any credit a card the gamano yato top up gamano 1000 no ka say we akwa jinska for any time be go and look where he's living who we university no akwa so afu ya probera who we university no abetan kwa na oton nyama who we university now ya fried rice we kuma so me treba so me na graduate for tech who say the panutimi koye party be a spokesperson a communicator and you call yourself a youth. You are not a youth, you are an adult. Frustrated adult. Frustrated. I will use the word but frustrated adult is a Ghanaian youth. Why are depressed? Ghanaian youth are depressed.
Al-Wahab
because in the guys I'm say, we might vote to Obi 44-year-old boy. I was that jail. I'm an president. And he's going to lead the country in the start. Shadomoya Bobby Young. I was in Uganda. The youth has never forsaken him. They have never forsaken him. The youth stand by. A lot of them go to jail with him. Bobby Young, your friends, Usman Soko.
Bobby in there, yes, Senegal for Aquatuaba, my youth. Now, where you say, you must say, a Tuaba, my youth to be so Maramedio, my anymore. A won't soon swore. Now then, woman, your constitution, age limit for Sobetimia Gina as president, a quarter 40.
I'm here for.
Joseph.
The guy said, and I said, you can't go and come on. But I'll combine two for you. Now, for your information, Usman Soronko is a very, 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 very good person that I know. The boy become a president from jail. Oh, jail.
Jail, no, Ababe, a president, no.
Oh, they jailed him. They jailed him over crime he doesn't even remember. Makisal claims say all 22 years will report girl be, which he doesn't even remember who the girl was. Okay, fast forward. One was about some recent times Senegal Ebinya demonstrations back to back. It was as a result of Usman Soronko. Senegal, West African nation, soon independence in the 60s. It's the only West African country on for a weapon and a coup d'etat. Now, from all the single time up to Abdou Diouf, and then leading to Abdou Wada, Senegal has had a kind of certain level of consistency with their governance and then transfer of power. Now, religious settings, your Alpha and your Tuba, these are all religious laws. You can call it, say, a national imam, and a colleague, also say imam. Bako representing for the Alphas and the ones represent for the from the Tubas. In the Ghana and Kabaka Sebia, the Ahmadian overlord and the Mohammedan overlord. These two people, they have kept in Senegal what it is. I could be that because the Senegalese, let me use the example of the two for that kind of reign, that kind of kingdom. When they speak to the Senegalese, they go to bed. Now, Abdul Wad, an older man, our president is already late 70s, is the best overall history of Senegal's development. And Niama was set in 10 years, 2 terms, Abdul Wad coming into power, now on Abdou Diouf, Ababeye, that the 10 years, after 10 years, on quite a year more. But then when Abdul Wad was asking for more, almost there be, regardless of the way in 10 years or so on. Now, this today's president of Senegal, Macky Sall, Neba, that is the political son of Abdou Wad and Macky Sall. In Senegal history, Ubiasa Neba, and biological son, and politically trained, which Ghana hasn't got that. Your president, maybe. So
successes.
No, they don't train. Ghana doesn't train because a different topic that we have to deal with it. Your politics in the affair. And Macky Sall, who was then a mayor, the Ambassador Songo, who is also a personal friend, the secretary, a Ghanaian, and now, or then by Macky Sall said, "Ne papa na bre on trans in the 3 terms, the whole Senegal, both the Alpha and Tuba, they wanted Abdou Wad to continue because na energy or and the power the party and the banner fire Macky Sall, the political son and the winning power, the biggest demonstration ever in the history of Senegal happened under Macky Sall. What did he do? Abdou Wad called Omora, Saudi Arabia. Albano Macky Sall said, "Oh my papa no day and lande," because the popularity was so overwhelming his government, and naturally that was what it was. For 4 hours in the air of Senegal, nearly blew the country down because Macky Sall said, "Oh my papa ni plains on Sanko back," and Senegal for
papa dear here.
The papa no Abdou Wad no,
the
ordinary see form and see form. Because nipa ko go airport in Selano, a man the presidential shine no Kofi, and a year demonstration, and a 2 banner catcher instead. Any action be able to take place, I was Senegal, they hold it holding responsible. And a papa be see form. Obesi form no, ne back Karim Wad. Wama Karim Wad, what say no, I didn't 2 years. Emma Karim Wad, Kata, Saudi Arabia, and the pressure because they were the countries that no feed the Senegal with money, not the France, as an administrative, And Omoneno Ebeje Karim Wade. Karim Wade was supposed to be his father's party. Abdul Macky Sall, I'm a boy now as 8 years. Now, then there was a rise of Usman Sonko. This boy is like, he call it Cheddar of Ghana. Now, when Sonko started activism, he started preaching against what Macky Sall was doing. And precisely, he was blasting Macky Sall, saying he's been ungrateful. That was where he started his political ideologies. And he said, Macky Sall, the old papano ababeye amount, Edward president, who no report the efforts, the sources of his political struggle, who rather, who ya the opesa the papa no gun mas the presidential the privileges and no farmer no when I started the activism of the Usman Sonko and the youth, and I'm not talking about the youth which is not existing in Ghana. Who youth? There's nobody who is a youth in Ghana here, and I'm asking you a free part. Youth be here. Youth are matured adults. Youth be here. Because if we talk about youth activism and youth taking power, youth moving into governance now, Senegal has shown today the activists of Senegal, Usman Sonko ideology. Say the youth are empowered and they believe in him. Only internet campaign. It hasn't happened in the history of anywhere. Ghana and youth now can, including you, come to the internet so they are writing, excuse me, my beautiful word, bullshit. This boy was beaten, drawn on the floor. Not even about 6 months ago. What the form of military jandam fortune or castrati or incarcerated when you see any man 2 year sentence ko yi need na to jail or the jail Makisa wie the time na aso but then the tuba spoke now the alpha spoke and then first April comes to the end of Makisa's regime. International election year 3 months ago, and we created state of emergency, or created state of inconsistency. Your friends saying fear, and we had to postpone year. When we saw my election back 2 months ago, or created atmosphere or no Makisa at the 172 parties were created in Senegal. 172 people contested presidential candidates about 2 months ago. We are no set scheme. And the pronoun down, and or the about 70, or the pronoun down about 40. All this while no. What them the deputy and the vice president, also them the party, no me activists, Obia the jail as we speak. Everybody. But then the Senegal youth spoke. When they were burning the city, burning everywhere, and Alpha told them, say, Macky Sall should return power. Now I'm coming to the ECOWAS, useless organization. ECOWAS, NS Koroma, HTG coup, just about in October against Madabiu. Nana do danko akufado ani de say Macky Sall omo na call Madabiu say onja NS Koroma no fa no koma Buhari no kwata Nigeria. I was one of the persons who said that will not work. Why you could edit two or no any power best your terms no he's facing jail sentence. Macky Sall at the same time now it was not different from Alpha Conde. It wasn't different from your friend is saying your friend Cote d'Ivoire president Alassane Ouattara, because Macky Sall Alassane Ouattara Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo. Okay, Buhari he is also a leader of the West African belt. And to no yes I expected say ECOWAS will speak. No ECOWAS single statement had ever come out. No African Union statement had ever come out. That more treatment. It is a Bobby Young in Uganda. More treatment we say jail. Ya bune prepare with you be anka. How in the history? And also, say, they will vote him even whilst in jail. So if today, and you're in a free jail, but we are yet to know. Usman Sonko is in jail. Jailed by Macky Sall. Then the youth has not spoken because every country in West Africa, except the North African countries, population between 18 years and 36 is more than 56 to 40%. Ghana not
more than 56%. Then in the context of Ghana, no, no constitution.
Ghana no money you to her.
But it's a sad situation that we need to look at it. So I want your comment on it.
Meaning say politicians, excuse me, those who are criminals, MPs who are criminals, ministers who are criminals, youth in the do during the election campaign. I mean, who walking stick, ADD politician, campaign. All these atrocities and politicians here in Kruma, all these intimidations, all this stealing, who trained them? In the so-called landers, vigilante, vigilante, also 60 years room. One or even 56 years room. This is the youth in their 20s, Legon students, tech students, polytechnic students, your friends, media men, FIFA, Captain Smart and Co. All of them. Combined, politicians. How have the Ghanaian youth advocated for a change in this country? Me, I'm an adult. I don't even come in there. But if we're talking about youth activism, the president, the prime minister of the Republic of New Zealand, how old is Jacinta? 38 years. San Marino president, he was 32 years. Macron, how many years did he come to? 37, the president of France, the third biggest superpower in the world. Why a 37-year-old? What are we talking about, Ghanaian youth? I'm sorry, youth.
Is it not a deliberate attempt to say you best say even the mind of the youth? And when I say this, in the past, around 79 year there, now we had the student front where say Legon, KNUS near there. Now we had the student front and very hot. Looks SRC because we more agitation and by the infiltration of test near there deliberately with blocking the student front and committing merely some of these conversations. Is it not a deliberate attempt?
Deliberate attempt by who? Are we saying that our youth are so stupid that they could be infiltrated by the camp?
It could be. Maybe
therefore, no, they are not youth because Obi a TESCOM person member or Telecom and now or to UPSC or only 21 years. How do you align yourself to a political party at the same time? No, who school now? So we are a certificate. You went to school. You didn't went for education. No Ghanaian youth have been educated. I stand to be corrected, but no Ghanaian youth have been educated as far as our current university and then our tertiary schools is concerned. Because now let's come back to the question. Those that Professor Mills introduced into the governance, those that Nana Dudanko has introduced into the governance, President Kofi understanding because at that time, not coming from 19-year regime of Rawlings and the old class, it wants to know here a certain stability in for you to be on the government, not even anybody under 40 years. But President Mills be introduced here. John Mama president also be introduced here. Nana Dudankwa also about the ferry, the youth in their 40s and etc. I'm asking a plain question. How have they impacted anything in parliament? And these youth are sitting in parliament. If you call them youth, not the age of under 36, even in the age of 40, call the youth from bracket of 50 down. How have they spoken for the youth in Ghana? How have they spoken against such a because they are adults that go in, they aspire for money and youth never the more because I'm yet to see and they are yet to clarify and the Ghanaian youth to ask themselves, you've not worked in this country before. You never received a salary of even 100 Ghana cedis before. Some were sitting in their father's shop. Some were sitting in their friend's shop at Abusokai. These people comes into government and they today, they own the biggest mansions in the Ghana. Or in the good names, Obinim, and then I'm asking, how many of them, sadly, are working in the area, Gansuman, Odoko, Agege, Kwashima, Kwashibu, Olebu, and you should not know. When you are in the area, sadly, go and see where Ismail Soronko was living in Casamance. See how they struggled before they could pull him. It took a horse in the army because the youth were free in the base. When you saw a popular to Trasaku, and you saw a popular to Okota East Legon, and you saw a popular to Okota a year friend design. He live in the downtown.
What is the way forward? Al-Wahab, way forward here, dear. Youth need you, when you use anything, I'm more demonstration, and no Bakuna Mutu, and Tuma Baku, Yabreko, than any police in the Ocean, no, a bush to be here, Yabreti, and I am crack. Minimum beer. And when the youth even activate processions, police, water cannon, Ghana police. Or the water can open swishing. Cold water to be animal. Cold water.
Nobody proposes among here violence. But we should see the youth active.